potential, okay? And I do have a really good handout for any of you that I can send it probably as a PDF, or I can make copies and have them here for you too, on some different exercises for balancing. We'll be practicing some of those today too. But again, you know, some of our yoga, we've incorporated that along with everything else. So have your strap available, but first let's just kind of come into our space and our place, because I think that that's vital. It's important for us to acknowledge us being here, acknowledging our breath, acknowledging and gratitude, the gathering that we're still able to have even in this virtual manner. So I know it's something that I definitely look forward to, and I hope you guys do too. So find your feet grounded, and that's going to be important as we go through our balancing, is to know where our feet are. And may not be just our feet, it might be other parts of our body that are taking the weight and that we are learning to balance, right? We are bipedal, and so that means we walk on 2 feet, as opposed to a lot of our 4-footed animals, right, that are able to do that. But just finding ourselves in whatever connection we have to something that's balancing us. So our feet right now, our seat upon the seat is balancing us, because without that, we would be crashing onto the floor, and then our seat would be on the earth, right? So right now, just find that length in your spine, find your feet nicely grounded. Find some stretching of your lungs as we come into some deeper, fuller, slower, more expansive breaths, okay? And you can do that with eyes closed or open. We're going to do that for a few times in just our own silent space. Imagine a dot in the center, and as you breathe, comes out 360 degrees into this full circle, expands our body. And then we exhale, and it comes back into that centerpiece. And then we inhale again, opening up into all directions, finding that stretch to begin with. And it's not just a stretch. It's also a strengthening of our diaphragm, a strengthening of our connection between our mind and our bodies. Let's do 2 more like that. Good. And then let's go ahead and start some lengthening of our arms and our legs without any props to begin with. Just going to open up to the side here. One leg extends out and my arms come out, and I really pull my fingers apart from one another, and I stretch here. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and take it on down, okay? So I balance really on one cheekbone here. Okay, one glute, my leg is long, bring myself back, and I'm going to come over to the other side. So what we're doing right now is gate pose. Gate pose is excellent for stretching out the side body and stretching one leg at a time. Let's go ahead and do the other side. Exhale. Inhale brings you up. Exhale takes you over. Good. Lifting on up both arms here, lengthen. Exhale, pull down, open up fingers, let heart be exposed, shoulders squeeze together. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, let's get into a twist here. Hand comes to front knee and behind you. Lengthen through the spine, then come into a long twist through the spine. Keeping that length, come on back. And let's take the other hand over to hip or thigh, the other one behind you, and take a look over in that opposite direction, the direction of that long extended leg. And bring yourself back, inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus arms, pull back, open up heart, stretch and open up our ribs and our muscles of our chest, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hands come down. Good, leg comes in. And we'll take that to the other side. So I'm going to lengthen out here, bring my body over into this nice angled position here. And then from here, I'm going to go ahead, take myself up and bring myself over. Find myself opening up that bridge, opening up the gate, and then coming over here and closing it up. Bring myself up, take myself over. Feel that elongation in the legs and the arms and the side body. Beautiful, good. Bringing ourselves up, both arms lift, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull down, open up heart. Inhale. Exhale, pull down, open up heart. Bringing myself up. And exhale, take my hand over to that front knee and behind me and take that twist with a nice long spine and feel that in your waist. Bring myself back up, lift up, and reverse. Hand crosses to hip or thigh, other hand comes behind, come into my waist, into that twist there. And then bring myself up, inhale. Exhale, pull down, heart expand. Yeah, good. And lift. Exhale, hands come down. Let's go ahead and grab that strap. And let's take some more length into our legs into different positions, okay? So most basic here would be picking up our foot from the ground, and we don't have to worry about balance here so much, although it does shift our weight, right? And that's the other thing you want to really consider when we're working on balance is where is our weight shifting to? So it is shifting our weight, and we will be standing on one leg today, but right now we're seated. We're going to take that strap underneath the foot, right? And let's just first see how that strap can help us lift that foot, that knee, that leg up towards our torso, okay? And as you're doing this, you're actually strengthening because we have to use our arm muscles to lift the weight of our leg, okay? And our leg, I'm sure, weighs more than our arms do. It's bigger. It's got some big old bones and muscles in there. And then slowly let yourself start to extend that leg out. It might not go all the way, right? See where yours wants to go, is willing to go. Maybe there's still a bend in the knee, doesn't matter, that's okay. You're still getting that stretch, still feeling that igniting energy in the calf muscle and in your back of your thigh there. And then let's go ahead and let your leg come out. Maybe you just take the strap with one hand, you can keep it with both hands, and open up to this external rotation that feels good and comfortable for you, okay? And again, if I'm just using one arm or two, I'm still strengthening myself because that takes work to hold my leg up. That's lifting weights, all right? Lifting my own weight. I'm going to bring myself back to center. And either with one or two hands, I'm going to let that leg cross. And you're going to feel that right in here, okay? In this upper hip area, right? And these are muscles that we don't get into very much. So it's good to stretch those as well. And then bring yourself on back. And one more time, bend that knee, okay? So 2 hands or one, bend that knee on up close to you. And from here, curl, tuck, round. See if you can find your forehead close to that knee and pull your shoulders down away from your ears. Janushirasana here, forehead to knee pose. Squeezing into the thyroid gland as well. And then lifting up into straight spine. Let's go ahead and let that leg come down. And before we do the other side, let's just come up and down a bit on the balls of our feet. We're going to be doing this standing quite a bit today too. So this will just help get our ankles warmed up some. And I know the other day Lydia was talking about her metatarsals. So, being cautious if this has any pain for you, but also those little stretches might be good for that area. And then let's go ahead, keep that foot down that was lifted, lift the other one up, place your strap right underneath. And you guys might be really low here, that's okay, all right? You're still holding the weight of that leg, right? Because it's not on the ground, you have to lift it up, okay? So see where that knee wants to come, all right? Trying to pull the shoulders down as you do this, because a lot of times we want to pull shoulders up when we're lifting weights. Let's see if we can keep them down, okay? And still bring in that knee. Yeah, that's good. And still breathing, okay? Breathe, breathe. And then I'm going to go ahead and extend out to the extension that is right for me, it's right for you, it's right for our bodies, okay? And I'm feeling again by my connection of the strap and on my foot, I'm feeling that in my arms, okay, my chest muscles. And a couple more breaths here, as I feel any more lengthening that might occur. And then maybe with 1 or 2 hands, I let my leg come out in that external rotation. And again, that is going to be different for each one of us. Higher or lower, doesn't matter. Get into the stretch that your body is able to do, wanting to do, needing to do, okay? Doesn't need to do what somebody else's body's doing. It needs to do what your body needs and wants. And again, my arm would get really tired because of lifting the weight, right? This is endurance, when you hold a weight and you lift it for a while. Okay, see how long you're able to do that. Today we're going to test our endurance on our balance too. And then bring your leg back centered. Change hands, or with both hands, let that leg cross and feel that again in some of these areas of our hip that we don't get in very often. We are now internally rotating that leg and stretching in some different area. And again, this leg could be really low, all right? So take it to where feels right for you. And then bring it on back. Bend it again with 1 or 2 hands, holding that strap, pulling it and pull those shoulders down, right? Sitting up straight, we're also engaging our core, right? If this is a lot for you, then lean back in the back of your chair. Otherwise, you are working at your core without doing crunches. Okay, we're still strengthening here. And still breathing. And then releasing. Keep the strap because we're going to use it some more. But let's just come up and down on the balls of our feet, getting used to that action. We'll be doing that standing here very soon. And now take yourself over to the side of your chair so that you're basically one hip is on the chair and one hip is off the chair. All right. And then I'm going to keep a loop in my strap, and I'm going to put it on my foot. And actually, I'm going to put my foot behind me. I'm going to put it on the top of my foot. Okay. And again, it might be really low here. Here we're going to get ourselves into a good quadricep stretch. I'm going to hold on to this side of the chair so that I don't go falling over, okay? I'm going to hold tight so my hip and my hand are keeping me attached to the chair. And then I'm going to just start to lift up that foot and let the weight of my knee kind of dangle there and bring my foot up closer to my glute, my hip that are off on the side of the chair. And I should feel that in my quadricep, okay? And you're lifting up with your arm, right? Your elbows bent behind you. You're lifting up that foot. You're stretching into that quadricep and feeling that probably in your tricep too, right? So keep this foot planted, lift the other one up, see if you can take your hand off the chair, but make sure you know where it is because you're balanced here, okay? You're balanced on this one cheekbone, cheek side here, right? Your leg is lifted, your arm can rise up and maybe be able to bring that back elbow up a little bit more. So where you're working yourself into here is archer's pose, standing on one foot and lifting the back one up and the other arm lifts as well. Go ahead and place that hand down. Slowly release that leg. And I feel it probably more in my arm and the weight of what I just lifted than I do even in opening up that quadricep. But we're going to open up that quadricep more in standing positions too, okay? So let's get over to the other side of the chair. And I've got one hip, one cheek on the chair. And so we're lessened our connection to something that's balancing us, right? And I've got one foot grounded there. I'm going to take my knee downward and my foot behind me, and I'm going to take that strap into the top part of my foot. And maybe this is enough for you, all right, to just be forward and feel a little resistance in the quadricep. I've got my hand here to begin with. When you feel comfortable, you start to lift your elbow, bending into it, and finding that foot coming up closer to touch, maybe even your glute on that side, your hip on that side. Your knee is down. You may try to lift this hand off and work on that balancing of just being seated on one part of your body, right? Lifting up, lengthening here as you continue to open up, stretching your chest wall here on this side, your shoulder, strengthening into the deltoid there. And breathing. And then hand comes down, holds onto the chair, release the grip from your strap and bring it on around. Let's do a couple more seated here. Taking that strap, opening it up to, you may change wherever it's open to, but open it up kind of in a V shape here. And let's just take our bodies, right? Left and right a bit. And stretching and pulling. Do a little pull with your hands. So that strap is really taut, all right? And you are working, strengthening your muscles there, just doing that, okay? And then come to stillness. And then see about taking your arms back and lifting up your chin. You might need to lengthen your hold on that strap the farther you come back, right? But continue to pull apart that strap. As you look up, maybe heart reaches up, and then bring yourself back into perpendicular spine. Good. And then keep your one hand on the strap. Let the strap come behind you, and then take a hold of that strap with the other hand. Okay, you guys see what I'm doing here? Now, and then bend this one. So you're trying to get your hands closer together, all right? Now, it might not be that your hands touch. Some people can do that easily, and that's called cow face arms. You can do cow face legs, do cow face arms, but what we're doing is using that strap to assist us. And we're getting a really good stretch in the upper arms tricep, and we're getting a really good stretch in the deltoid of the lower arm, okay? So just holding on and breathing, maybe moving your hand up a little bit farther or down a little bit farther on that strap, not overdoing it. We don't want to get into a place where we've overdone it, any of our joints, okay? This is just to assist us in opening and lengthening a little bit more. Couple more breaths here. This is one we want to just hold and kind of release and relax into. Okay. Let that lower hand start to slip down and away and off of the strap, and then lift both arms up again. And just kind of getting that strap to be a little bit even. And then release the strap from the other hand, take that arm around and hold onto the strap wherever you are able to find a hold. And you bend into that other elbow and you find that stretch across your pecs, okay? Pectoral muscles. And again, just working on that. Using the strap is kind of like using blocks or using other things. It takes us a while to find comfort with it. Let me breathe. And we again only go into a place that's right for us. If you have one shoulder that's impinged, you may not be going as far as the other, but a stretch into it, a healthy stretch into it will help it, okay? Because anything that becomes impinged or stagnant will become more stagnant if we're not using it. We just have to use it in a healthy, safe, informed, mindful manner. Go ahead and release that lower arm. Let both arms come up. And one more time, just lean back and open up through your chest wall, open up through your heart. And then bring yourself up. Good. And then go ahead, we're gonna use that strap again, but just set it to the side for now. We're gonna start to raise ourselves up out of that chair, okay? And let's do that with strength. And let's do that with our goddess pose, all right? So we wanna be with our toes out and our heels in. We wanna be at the edge of our chair, right? Now, goddess is a real stabilizing pose, but we're going to do something that's going to kind of offset that a little bit, all right? So let's go ahead and lift our arms up, inhale. Bring your weight forward, okay? Straight spine, until you can lift your sits bones off the chair, okay? And you're still kind of body is forward, almost diving forward, not quite. Now bring your body weight back so that it's perpendicular to the ground, okay? Strong, strong place here. Arms are up and legs are bent, so we're gonna reverse this a bit. And then lengthen legs and let arms come down all the way. Good. And then come on up into bent legs. Lengthen those arms up. Good. Almost to the chair, but not quite. Come on up. Here we go into strengthening those legs. Anyone that wishes can come back into the chair and still get something out of this by pressing your feet into the ground, but you can keep your sits bones on the chair, okay? This is an inhale. And this is an exhale. Inhale, lift. From here, come onto the ball of one foot. Okay. Steady yourself there. Place your heel down. Come on back up here. long legs, arms down. Good. Inhale, rise. Come on down into bent knees. Come onto the ball of that other foot. Good. Heel down, lengthen legs. Rise on up, come on down into squat. Repeating one or both of the balls of your feet, okay? And then heels down, lengthen legs. So you might have done both or just one, whichever you did, okay? Repeat here or go to just one side. And the way to do both, if you're trying, is to lift one first. Make sure you got that. Then try the other. Make sure you got that. And place heels down. Bring your body up. Inhale. Good. So, now let you guys, but I'm gonna take my jacket off because I'm getting warm. So, good. All right. So let's go ahead and challenge our balance a little bit more here and bring our legs in so that we are standing in mountain pose, and we will need that chair too, okay? I'm just going to lead us through some of these that I'll be glad to get you guys copies of. We're going to stand with our chair, and we're going to keep our right hand on the chair. We're going to lift and place, get into like your mountain stance, right? Really solid. And then my right hand's going to stay on the chair. And I'm going to lift my left leg up, okay? Both hands can stay on the chair, or I can release that left arm down as well. And what you want to do is try to get to a minute standing here. That will strengthen you. And you can also practice this. If you feel tired, place your foot down. Start again. Okay? So let's just practice this a bit. Practice standing on one foot. Make sure that chair has no rollers on it. Make sure that we are always pressing down into the chair, not pulling it back, okay? And notice, right? Notice where your body weight is shifting when you take your hand off the chair. And maybe you want both hands on the chair, okay? Another way, if you're feeling like, oh, this is too easy, is to take both hands off the chair and move your arms, okay? There's all kinds of ways that we can continue on that spectrum of increasing our balance, all right? And let's go ahead and place that foot down and walk it out, okay? So again, don't have to go into automatically 1 minute we stand on one leg. No, but it's just something for you to keep practicing and keep practicing that as the week goes along. Right now, I'm just coming up and down on the balls of my feet, something that I do a lot, doing dishes, standing at counters, waiting in line at the grocery store, very strengthening, working on balance. And again, here you can have one hand down and both hands off, and then just walking it out a bit. Okay, let's do the other side, all right? So now I'm going to leave my left foot down and my left hand on the chair. I'm going to release my right hand at first, or maybe not. I'm going to pick my right foot off the floor, okay? And keeping it flexed or active is also a way to stay balanced, right? They say the tighter your body is, the more you can pull in those muscles and make them strong, the lighter your body can be, all right? So again, maybe we keep our leg up for 10 seconds, then we put it down and we walk out our knees, and then we try it again, and just counting in our heads maybe, you know, to a certain count, leaving one hand off, maybe both hands off, maybe moving those hands you guys decide where you are in your balance, okay? And let's do that for just a little bit longer, trying to get that leg up. And there's all kinds of other things we can do from here, holding this leg, taking it forward, using that strap. But right now, let's just get used to balancing on one leg. There we go. Go ahead and put both feet on the ground. Walk it out. And then just taking your chair as kind of our track. And we're just going to take a walk this way to begin with, around the chair, okay? And we're gonna walk heel to toe, okay? So I'm gonna be here, and I'm gonna, chair is there if I need it, okay? And I'm going to be taking kind of a tight circle, right, around this chair. In order to do this, I've got to plant my heel down and roll to the front part of my foot. And I have my hands and arms in a way that feels like that's going to help me to balance. Okay. Centering both of my feet in the center of my body when I walk is not normal, right? There, I'm glad I had the wall right there. I just started going over. It's not normal to do this. We are meant to walk with our feet under our hips, right? All right, now, if you've gone around once or twice, that's great. Now let's go ahead and go backwards. Know where that chair is, okay? So we're gonna go to the back now. And you take it slow. Take it in a mindful way, trying to keep our head up, not looking down at our feet. If you can. And just taking a slow little walk around. And it's good that we can put our foot down anywhere, right? Because it might not go all the way back there. Mine has had to come to the side a little bit. And good practice. Another thing you guys can practice on your own. And then just come back to the chair. Okay. All right, now we're going to do rock the boat. Okay, so rock the boat, you can have a chair if you want, right? You don't have to. But what we're doing is rock the boat. First, we started mountain pose. Okay, just coming into mountain pose. And then I'm going to just shift my weight into one foot, lift the other one up, okay? Bring it down, shift my weight, bring the other one up. So I'm rocking my whole body as I do this. I'm shifting weight. Again, not something we do when we walk forward. Generally, we're keeping our weight centered. Here, we're just picking up, placing down, picking up, and you may pick up an inch or two, all right? You might pick up a whole big knee into chest, right? Find where you're feeling that comfort, right? When we did martial arts, we had to pick up our foot, stand for a while, and send that kick out, right? Here, we don't need to kick at this point. We're just picking up. Let's do one more each side. And this you don't have to hold. You can always practice that, holding that up too, okay? And then just take the hips for a little walk. So let's, in fact, taking the hips for a little walk, let's stop for a second and let's do a little bit of movement, okay? I've incorporated a little bit of dance into our practices because dance takes balance, okay? So we're going to do a little bit of our salsa again today, okay? So shifting weight, right? We're gonna shift to the front, pick up that foot. So when I do, I'm shifted forward, I picked up a foot, place it back, put this one back. Shift back my weight, pick up a foot, place it down, both feet come together, right? So shift forward, back, down, back, together. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, forward, 2, 3. And pause, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Get your shifting that weight. Okay, shift it back. Good. Shift it forward. Maybe get a little clicking. Snapping those fingers. Moving those hips. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Good. 5, 6, 7. Shift forward, back. Shift back, forward, forward, and the middle. Back, do. Okay. Now we're going to do that, but we're going to go to the side. Okay. So we've shifted our weight, taken our foot off. Right? Takes balance. Now we're going to come to the side and bring ourselves back. So you take a foot off here. So it's 1, 2, 3. See, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So 1 shifting, 2 lifting, 3 back, 5 lift, shift, back. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Get the hips going. 5, 6, 7. Good. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Good. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Good. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Let's move it forward again, okay? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, together. 5, 6, together. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. To the side. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Good. That's great. So that's all about shifting weight, right? I'm shifting forward, shifting back. I'm shifting side, I'm shifting side. All right, and your body weight is going with you, all right? It's learning to compensate for where your weight is flowing from one place to the other, all right? That's what balance is about. It's just learning to feel your body, where it's at in space, and to move with grace and compensate. All right, so now we're going to do another one with the chair. And this is the clock reach. So I'm going to leave my right foot down and my right hand on the chair. I'm going to lift my left knee up. I'm pointing in the direction of number 12 on the clock, okay? So 12 is here, keeping my knee up. I'm going to take my hand to 9, or maybe you've used your other hand and then you've gone to 3. And I'm going to take it back to 6. So I've gone into a twist, right? You feel that in your waist. And that shifts our balance too. So your other hand can stay right on that chair to keep you balanced, or you practice that lift, okay? And then we come back to 9 or 3, then we come back to 12, and we put our hand down, walk out our knees up and down a few times on our calves, working the calves on the balls of our feet. And then let's take the other foot up. So I'm lifting my right leg, and you're lifting your left, pointing to 12 o'clock, all right? And so same hand as same leg are lifted. And then I'm pointing over, if it's my right hand to 3, if it's my left hand to 9, and I'm coming to back all the way back to 6. Feel that in your chest wall. Feel that in your waist. Coming back to 3 or 9, coming forward into 12, maybe lifting both hands up, maybe not. Go ahead and walk that one out. We're gonna do that again. Getting into the waistline there. Josephine's favorite place to work, into the waistline. All right, and now let's go ahead, lift left leg up. We'll do the same leg. Okay, left leg, left hand, pointing to 12. Find your weight on your right foot. Find your weight into your right hand on the chair, maybe really lightly there. And then I'm going to go ahead and open up to 9 o'clock with my left hand. My gaze stays forward, my knee stays forward, my body stays forward, but my arm reaches back. Feel that in your waist. Feel that in your pec right up here. Opening up the fingers nice and big and long and strong, you'll feel it more. Take your hand into 9 o'clock position. Take it into forward, 12 o'clock. Maybe the other hand lifts. Both hands down, foot comes down, and your foot may have just been an inch off the ground. Maybe you're on your toe. Okay, so that's balance. I don't want anybody to say, oh, it's too hard, I can't do it. No, then we come to toe, all right? Or we come to just an inch off the ground, and we come back and forth, and we're working to our level, okay? All right, let's do the other side. So now my left leg stays grounded with my left hand. Right hand comes forward to mark 12 o'clock. Right knee rises up. Right hand moves to 3 o'clock. Right hand moves behind me, opening up the chest. Feel that in my waist. See what my hand can do that's on the chair. Back to 3 o'clock. Back to 12 o'clock. And leg comes down. Good, all right. And so let's do a couple more from here, and then I'm going to show you how, and we're going to do together a set of warrior. And warrior is strengthening, it is stretching, but I'm going to show you how we can work it into balancing too, which is not normally thought of when we do a warrior two, but we're going to do that. Okay, so go ahead and hold on to that chair, and we're going to raise our leg to the back. All right, and if you don't have a chair, a tabletop, a wall, something like that. And so I'm just going to kick back, push through my heel. Feel that in this big muscle here. To learn to balance, we need strong, really strong leg muscles, all right? To really get into balancing on one side, because we need that strength to support the whole body, right? Go ahead and bring that down. And push through that back leg, right? And we're just lifting and straightening it back in there. Feel that also in that front hip flexor. And place that leg down. Now bend it and then send it. Okay, bend it and then place it. Other leg, bend, send it back in through your heel. Bend it and place it down. We'll do one more on each side here. Bending. So I lift, I bend, and I extend and stretch back. Feel that here. Bend in place. One more time on this side. Lift and extend. Lift and place. And then I'm going to come and face you guys. So one hand is on the chair, and this side stays planted, hand on the chair again, not pulling in, okay? Pressing down, right, solidly, and making sure that it's not on a floor where it's going to go sliding away from you, okay? On the carpet here. All right, so from here, we're going to just lift arms straight up and lift leg. Now, can you be here on your toe and still balance? Yes. All right. Lift it to just where it feels right for you. And if someone's saying, this is way too easy, Then start taking that hand away from your chair. Start lifting it up in the air maybe, okay? There's a lot of things we can do in yoga that take us from here, but let's do it little by little, okay? So maybe your one arm's up, maybe both arms are up. And let's go ahead and let that leg come down. Good, and walk it out. And we wanna make sure that we're not hyperextending in our knee when we are keeping that leg that's solid on the ground. We want to make sure all the muscles around that knee are contracted and protecting it, okay? Let's do another thing on this side, all right? And before we do anything, let's just raise up high on the balls of our feet. Slowly bringing this arm up and see if we can maintain a little bit of height here and work at lifting this arm away. Coming on down. Good. And now let's take and turn out, and we'll do tree pose on this side, and then we'll switch and do the other side, okay? And then bring that leg in. So it's either here, here's my tree, here's my tree, or here's my tree, or here's my tree, or here's my tree. Just don't place that foot on your inside of your kneecap, okay, guys? Or here's my tree, okay? Find your tree and express your arms, maybe just one, all right? And again, wherever you are, we don't want anybody to be injured. We don't want anyone to feel that they are left out because, you know, I'm only lifting one arm, doesn't matter. That's where your balance is, stay where you are. Remember, the tighter, the lighter. Pull those muscles into your bones, okay? Good. Wherever your tree is, let it be released. And walk it out a little bit here. And let's switch sides. I'm just going to switch that chair over. And we're going to do the single limb stance with the arm. So, hand here. Come on up off of my other foot, opposite, away from that chair. Lifting my arm up. And again, I might be here on my toe. And that is the way I'm going to practice my balance. Okay. Foot should be either flexed or pushing through the ball of your foot or pointed. Remember, if we just let it hang and dangle, then it doesn't help us balance. We've got to have strength in it, right? Whatever height we have it, we need to have strength. Maybe the other arm raises up or not, okay? See where you're at. Pull the muscles into your bones. Lengthen the side of your body, whether one arm is up or two arms are up, okay? And exhale. Take that foot down and come in and out a little bit here. And let's come up and down a little bit. Maybe just a little bit of movement with this outside arm too. Good. And then let's go ahead and take that leg up. Let's just take it out and place it down so we can get into our tree pose. So I'm open up here, toe on the ground, maybe ball of the foot there, really finding a connection with this leg on the ground. Taking the foot in, keeping hip open if that is appropriate for you. Maybe lifting, hand to here, maybe both hands, all kinds of ways to add on or to delete, okay? Also pulling away and subtracting and finding where that place is for you to practice your balance. And remembering, please, that practicing our balance is not just this 1 hour class. You guys got to practice it, you know, throughout your day, right? So finding 1 or 2 arms to raise up wherever your leg is, and little by little working towards extending maybe the leg up or holding it on with 2 peace fingers on your big toe and extending that leg out, okay? So all kinds of places to go. And then we do flips in the air, all of that. All right, let's pull that chair away, because I want to show you a way to take Warrior Two into a bit of balance. Because usually we think, oh, Warrior Two, that is a really stable place to be, and it is. But there's a way that we can kind of rock it a bit. All right, so go ahead and open up into 5-pointed star. Toes are forward to begin with. Crown reaches up. I feel my muscles pull the bones and really strong here. Then one foot is turning out. I'm going to bend into that knee. Okay, so my arms are long here. My knee is bent. And then I'm going to come onto the ball of this back foot, and I'm going to lean forward. Okay, coming onto the ball, maybe almost to that big toe. And I'm leaning forward without letting that knee come too much forward as my upper body. All right, so I'm bringing myself forward, then take your foot down and be in that solid stance. And now pull up on the ball of the front foot, okay, and pull your body back. Maybe come into reverse warrior, but on the ball of that front foot, balancing there, strengthening a little bit more there. And then the foot comes flat. Whew, good. And then straighten your leg, turn those feet all forward. And then this one turns out. And I find that length, width, and depth that I want to have my Warrior Two in. You can also practice a seated two. And then I'm going to come onto the ball of the back foot, lean my body forward. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit off. So make sure you're up against a wall maybe, or you've got a chair close by, because this definitely takes me into shifting off of my balance, coming all the way into that big toe even, and then bringing myself back, finding stability. Warrior Two, so strong, so stable. Now I'm going to come into the ball of this front foot and bring my body weight back, shift it back, maybe shift it over here into this nice reverse warrior. Ball of the foot, calf is in strengthening here. Bring myself back, flatten that foot on the ground, lengthen the knee. All feet forward, hands down. Bring myself in here. Bring my legs in and sit them up in the center. All right, sit them up, pull them together. Let your hands just be free. So I want from the waist down to be really muscle to bone. I want you just to really pull in here. Feel your glutes. Feel your quadriceps, feel your feet on the earth. Everything pulling in. Everything up here light, okay? And notice how your body shifts its weight, because it's not used to this, right? Then bend into your knees. Go ahead and open up. And let's just do a little bit of empty coat sleeves here. We've held poses a lot today. Now this is just a little bit of loosening up. Not going anywhere off of our feet. I'm doing this. And then just bringing ourselves back into mountain pose. Finding ourselves standing solidly, maybe closing your eyes here. Right? Close your eyes, listen to the directions. We're not going to do anything that's too off balancing, but just having our eyes closed is going to make a difference, okay? Raise your arms up over your head, fingers pointing away from you. Lengthen up with an in-breath. Pull down your elbows, come into cactus arms. Pull your elbows back, squeeze into shoulders, let your heart expand. Try to have your eyes closed here. Then bring yourself back with arms reaching up nice and high. Come down on the right arm and the left arm follows, opening up your side body. Lifting up, both arms reaching to the sky. Left arm down along the side of your body, right arm follows, opening the opposite side of your body. Both arms lifting nice and high. Exhale into bent knees, a little bend, interlace behind you, push down, open it hard, straighten legs, look up through your eyelids. And then bring yourself back, releasing arms, eyes still closed, take shoulder rolls back, take shoulder rolls forward. Take left shoulder up and let it come down. Right shoulder up and let it come down. And then opening eyes and just moving your knees gently here. And let's go ahead and take our arms up. Exhale them down into heart center. Finding ourselves hopefully a little stronger, a little more length in our bodies and our muscles, more balanced.